It's another bright Tuesday afternoon inside Koforidua Technical University with me, Emmanuel Kwame Apia, otherwise Jake the MC. I am here with the Deputy Speaker for the SRC General Assembly, Honorable Issah Mohammed Adnan, otherwise Chairman Issah Money. All right, Chairman, how are you doing?
Fine, thank you.
Okay. Information reaching Campus is that SRC has got several issues at hand. What are the issues at hand?
Well, it's obvious these issues are also alarming, right? Yes, because looking at what he promised, that's the SRC president promised us when he was campaigning, and looking at his manifesto too. In fact, he has done woefully nothing. I hope you understand. He has failed. Looking at going back to '97 to date, he seems to be one of the poorest president ever. Yes, because the way he spoke when coming to power was something interesting compared to what he has done. You see, talk is cheap. Kasapintoponko. Hope you understand. Yes, and this guy has really failed us. Looking at his policies, he mentioned so many things. He gave us 5 policies which he named Nyame Akasa policies. With these Nyame Akasa policies, none has been able to be implemented. He has implemented none of these policies.
He implemented the freshers' help.
Oh, what is freshers' help?
It was part of his policies.
No, unless you tell me what was it for.
It was part of his policies.
What is fresh? I don't understand.
Was it part of his policies?
Define freshers' help.
Did you see freshers' help in his policies?
Oh, let me go through the policies. I have the policies here.
Let's go through the policies.
Academic, refurbishment, so infrastructure, capacity building. No, there's nothing like freshers' help. I've not seen anything like freshers' help.
There's nothing like freshers' help.
Yes. There's nothing like freshers' help. If okay, yeah. Under security and welfare, SRC freshers help.
Okay.
Now
so
the issue is how do we define the freshers help? Is it that he will line up his appointees or those who campaign for him here? Then when the freshers come in, they ask them where their whereabouts and also where to register certain things or where to locate certain that is vital buildings or infrastructure or any other thing.
That is help.
No, that is not help. You and I could bear witness that when we came here, there was nothing like freshers' help. We were able to register. We were able to pay our fees. We were able to locate our lecture halls. Irrespective of the freshers' help, it is mandatory on the institution to organize what we call this thing. The institution has to meet all the freshers, right, and show them there is the right places to go to in terms of any needs. I hope you understand. So what they did was duplication of effort. They just did something like that to amass wealth. And I'm telling you, with this freshers up, go and see the budget. Very escalating one. He did this without the help of the procurement officer, whereby he even exceeded certain thresholds. Right?
Okay.
Yes. And he himself assumed the status of the procurement officer, to the extent that he can even go to town and buy kenke. This is not the work of the president.
The president went to buy kenke.
Kenke! You want to buy kenke?
You have proof to that?
I have proof. Go and you can go and ask him that I am saying this. He went to buy kenke and fish at somewhere at if you are going to Daddy's Bar. There's one kenke factory over there. That's where he went to buy kenke.
Okay, the kenke aside, the kenke matters aside, do you think he has not been able to do anything?
He has done nothing. Yesterday, I heard someone saying that the only project the president was able to do was that he has finished his office, and that he is claiming, without doing anything at all, that project alone is enough. How many students come to your office? How does the refurbishment of your office affect the student's life? Does it solve the problem of the students? No. You see, so that is misplace of priority.
Under His Excellency Safo's watch, conditional students who were supposed to be dismissed from the university were asked to come back and then complete, so that after completion they would go. Don't you think this is an achievement?
Let me tell you something. He did this with the help of some people. Don't forget, I am on record in this school to have done something better than this with respect to conditional issues. Even with in my era, I made them to write exams. They wrote exams, and I championed this. And Issah even castigated me and denigrated my image because I was also seeking for SRC office.
Okay.
But then he was supporting Kabasa. He told people that Issah is throwing dust in their eyes. But at the end of the day, I was vindicated.
But this has still happened under his
No,
watch. Don't you
let me
think
tell
it
you
is to
something.
his
You see,
benefit?
there's case study there whereby you can use to gauge. Yes, he did this with the help of many people.
It
right?
is still under his watch.
Oh, you see, then what I did, we can classify it to be under the watch of Gabi.
Okay.
Because it was under Gabi's watch that this happened.
Okay, when credits are being given, don't you think we are going to say it is Gabi's administration?
No, that's not. I did this wholeheartedly. Gabi even was against me. And even I fought this thing. By then, I'm not even part of the conditional
Did
students.
Safo play, His Excellency Safo, did he play a role in the conditional students matter?
Which one? Is it mine or this one?
This very one.
No. What I know is that there are certain key figures who played certain vital roles. I hope you understand.
Is he part of these key figures?
He just came to, because he's the president, he just came to overshadow everything. I hope you understand. Yes, because initially the message he was even giving this conditional student was something which is heartbreaking.
Okay.
Seriously, interview any of the conditional students and ask them this question.
Okay.
Ask them issues pertaining to conditionality. And you know the conditionality is saying hanging. So there is difference. There's difference. You see, because there's already a case study in the system. Mine, I wrote to management, and I suggested to management that if this is the case, they should organize final this thing, NAPTEX exams for these students for them to write, and something like this was done. For over 2,000 plus students were able to write the exams and they passed.
Okay, so you think that even as your time as ordinary students, you've
Yes,
done better than the president?
but then I was in level 100 second semester. Level 100 second semester, and I was able to fight for even those who were in level 300. So just imagine. And Issah was one of those who denigrated my hard-earned reputation with this on these conditional issues. So in fact, he has done nothing, because still that's what he did, what we are alluding that he has done. Does that taking away the conditionality from them?
But they have still been given permission to finish.
No. The issue is, as what we are claiming he has done, has it removed their conditionality?
But then they have still been given that room to finish school
Oh,
and then come and clear themselves.
Giving room to clear yourself, don't forget they were giving some number of years. Don't forget they were giving some number of years.
Yeah.
What if that number of years come to being and they are not able to clear themselves? And they going to be expelled from the institution, or their certificate going to be denied of them?
Okay, so let's move away from the conditionalities, because it has got some documents backing them that we do not want to dive there. But then aside these things, what other issues are at hand?
Well, you see, it is a norm in this school, even though it's not constitutional, but it's a norm.
Okay.
That whenever you are in a final year, before you leave school, you are being given certain souvenirs. I hope you understand. Either clothes, then the first years will receive their that is their Lacoste and other stuffs in addition. But we've seen nothing this year, right?
Okay.
Why? Because there is certain personal interest somewhere, whereby the current administration is blaming the outgone administration, and the outgone administration is also saying that the current administration is not doing his work well.
Okay.
Once you and I know that this kind of administration is a continuous process.
Yeah.
There is nothing like this ends and someone continues. No. It's like government. It's like you've been given a government position. the day you are being appointed, you go and continue where your predecessors end.
Exactly.
Then you continue. Then someone will also come and continue. But nothing of such. I hope you understand. The issue is about procurement. I hope you understand. Now, they are alluding that the outgone executives had a contract with one supplier, and that supplier, they didn't have any contract with the supplier.
Okay.
Yes, it is obvious. Now, because administration, SRC is a going concern, you didn't have any contract with him. But when he supplied those items, you received them. You, new current administration, received them.
Okay.
You should have called the outgone to come and receive them because he signed the contract. Because per his logics, what Safu is saying,
Okay.
right? Now, then I came to realize that when they were bidding for that contract, the current supplier tendered. When he won, the letter he was giving everything, including clothes.
Okay.
So it went to management, and it is alleged that management said, looking at it, the contract is too cumbersome, so they should take away the cloth. They should separate the cloth from the petty items. Okay. So they separated the cloth. Now, they came to tell the supplier that they are to have management is to take up the procurement issues.
Okay.
With their ignorance, they forgot to write to the supplier to cancel the contract agreement they have given him.
Okay. Because
they awarded the contract.
That's the Safu's administration.
Yes, not the Safu's administration, they are outgone. The outgone administration failed either ignoramulously or any other thing, failed to write to the supplier to cancel the contract they already awarded at the SRC level. Okay. So when they told me that the management is to take up the procurement, he said nothing. So he again went there and he won. That's where they were told to take the cloth so that it will be two items. Okay. Then when the supplier went to work on what he was given, in the course of him working on that, it is alleged that those guys,
that's
Elom,
former president.
Yes, Elom called the supplier that it should come for them to have some personal conversation. Okay. So when he came, Elom told him from the alleged that he should is giving him the leeway to add the materials to it, the cloth. And he said, no. Looking at it, I've not received any letter with respect to me going on with the materials. Okay. So if you want me to go on with the material, then you have to prepare a document to support it. Okay. Right? Okay. So then he said, oh, you shouldn't worry. He will give him the clearance for him to go on with that. Then later he called him again. Oh, you have been given the green light. Continue, because my previous predecessor was linked by the final year student, and I don't want such to happen to me. So I beg you, go on with it, so that at the end of the day, we'll give you the money and the other stuff. Now, irrespective of all that, forgetting that the first contract they awarded to the supplier is still in action. Yeah. Because they didn't cancel that contract. Right? Now, so everything was done. The supply. So that's where issue started. Hope you understand that. Why you've given me something to do, but so what he did was that.
How does all these issues affect
now
as president?
When Elom was leaving office, it's alleged that they met. They met with the supplier.
When they means they met, and then the supplier.
Yes, Elom, supplier, Safu,
okay,
and the others, they met.
Okay.
Vital people who are supposed to meet, they all met.
Okay.
That this is the issue. So we are leaving office. We will supply you this number of something. Hope you understand. Yes, and even they were supposed. He was supplying 7,000 to Elom.
Okay.
And even Safu asked him to supply 11,500, something rough figure like that. Okay. You understand? Meaning, in fact, you agreed to the agreement. In fact, they came into consensus. But at the end of the day, what happened? It seems someone had a personal interest somewhere. I hope you understand. And due to that, there is, I don't know, the other administration is blaming the current, and the current is blaming the others. And this is the reason why we are at where we are today.
Okay.
The reason being that our current executives have adapted to personal interest than working for the student interest. And their behavior is being orchestrated by us because we voted for them. Yes, we voted for them. We knew them very well because some of them were part of the outgone administrations. But we overlooked everything, made it friends and other stuff, and voted for them again.
Now, still on the issues of souvenirs, are students mandated to receive souvenirs from the SRC? Is it constitutional? Did the president promise students souvenirs? Why are students coming back at the president now?
Well, it's not constitutional, but it is convention.
Does it being convention make it right?
Yes, conventions can be right.
Is this particular one right?
Yes, it's very right.
In what sense?
He should at the very day he was sworn in as the president. Mm-hmm. His first meeting with the General Assembly, he would have made it explicitly clear. Like all these things couldn't happen.
He made it clear that he would provide souvenirs to students.
Yes,
it was in the budget.
But what I'm saying is that it is not legal, constitutional for him to provide souvenirs.
Okay.
But it is due to what he said.
What did he say?
Looking at the budget he presented, he made cloth and other stuff were in it.
He made mention of souvenirs.
So souvenirs, what are souvenirs?
Souvenirs can be pen. Souvenirs can be marks. It doesn't necessarily mean
Have you given them pen?
Has the money been spent? Has the money been taken from the budget?
Oh, you see, the students are not looking out for whether the money has been spent or not. You promised us. And he came here. His first speech. So it doesn't matter whether the money has been spent or not. The issue is you promised us this. It's a norm. Okay. Even though it is not constitutional. Okay. We are to receive this. When you came and you realize it is not constitutional, but it's a convention, you can what? Constitutionalize it and say that, okay, because it's not constitutional, let's put it aside and look at certain infrastructure. And no one will hold you into any account because it's not constitutional. Okay. Hope you understand. You can look and you can venture that money into something else. Right?
Is it too late to do that?
Oh, it's too late. It's too late. He's not a Superman.
So don't you think it is too late to provide souvenirs to students?
Well, currently the issue of procurement is now in the courts. I hope you understand. So I don't think it is right for us to go into the legality.
Okay. Okay. So if the certain president is not able to provide cloth, particularly, I believe that is the most sensitive one students are concerned about. If he's not able to provide the cloth to the students, does it affect him in any way?
Well, sure. So, see, most of the students you are seeing on campus don't know anything about the constitution, the legality about anything. They don't know. As for them, because they came to meet, they saw. So they are also requesting for theirs.
You are the deputy speaker.
Sure.
So why don't you educate them on the constitutionalities of it?
No. It's not my right. It's not my right to go and educate the student. In his manifesto, he said you'll be having forum 3 times in a semester. So he could have used such opportunity to tell the students it's not my duty.
We are all aware of the pandemic that has disrupted a whole lot of activities.
What of first semester?
There was an open forum.
There was open forum. How many forums in a semester? He made mention that 3 forums in a semester. How many forums did you organize in a semester?
You couldn't achieve all, but then he did some.
So what did he tell them?
That's your student. You should tell the viewers.
No. You should have prioritized certain things. You see, there's something we call force majeure. I hope you understand. Now, unforeseeable things. So you should be smart enough to put certain measures in place and use force majeure. I hope you understand. Set contingency and make sure that when this happens, this is what we are going to use. We are going to do. but nothing. You see, he has turned himself to be Nebuchadnezzar, excuse me to say. I hope you understand. That he wants to champion everything on his own. Why? Because he doesn't trust any individual, either appointed or elected. If you are a leader and you have such characteristics, then meaning you are very corrupt.
Okay.
Because for you to be a good leader, there must be delegation.
Okay.
Delegation motivates followers, and with that, they develop this respect and trust in their leader. That in fact this leader is very good. In fact, per that he has even helped us to develop certain competencies in us, things that we don't know. But due to his delegation, we were able to what know A, B, and C. Right? Yes. You see, there was this incident whereby the secretary was to procure this thing printer.
Okay.
The secretary went to market with the procurement officer. The president called them to come. He took the money, and today I'm asking him, where is that money?
Do you have proof to that?
Oh, the secretary is not dead. She's alive. Samira, she's there. I'm telling you, and you will hear more than this from the secretary.
Okay.
See, it is alleged he even went to the Air Force office. Alleged
His FO.
his Air Force office to take some money in his absence, and that when FO came, it even developed into this into chaos with the treasurer, because it was the treasurer who is next in command.
Okay.
You see, so as for these issues about money issues with the president, you see, the president thinks he's smart, but he's not. He's someone, if you are discussing something with him, if you don't take care, he will lead you to Sasabun Sankrum. You see? Yes, if you are discussing something with him and you don't take care, he will lead you to Sasabun Sankrum. I knew him long ago. And
Okay.
as we were preaching to people that this guy, I know this guy, he's not that leader we are all looking out for. But because of his outlook and other stuff, you know our people. Oh, oya koko, oya fresh, oya say. Now he has led us to the Sasabun Crew.
But Honorable, I'm thinking, you as Deputy Speaker, realizing that all these things have been going on, what steps have you taken? Deputy Speaker,
Well,
an honorable member of the General Assembly, what steps have you taken? Keeping mute over this, and then he's almost handing over. Don't you think it makes it look like you are in support of every activity?
let me tell you. You see, my appointment wasn't by him.
Okay.
My appointment was by the House.
Okay.
Now, the main speaker's appointment was by him. I hope you understand.
I get you.
Now, we, myself and one or two other people from the General Assembly, certain one or two honorables, we detected certain corrupt activities in the council. I hope you understand.
Okay.
We wrote a petition to the speaker. The speaker is still sitting on it. Right? He's still sitting on the petition.
There was a pandemic, and then there was
No.
so many
This
things.
thing was sent to him even way before pandemic brought itself. That was in first semester. I'm telling you.
Okay.
First semester. This thing was the date is there. And it was written, everything was reviewed and printed by Honorable Amudani Garba.
Okay.
Yes. We've served the speaker. The speaker is not responding to issues.
Okay.
Yes. So in fact, we have done our part, because we wanted to summon the president to the House and ask him certain questions with respect to those allegations. If you look at the sports, the transport officer, he's not an exception to the corrupt activities. I'm telling you, ask yourself, where is the SRC main bus? It's at magazine. Anglo, if you are going to Anglo.
Okay.
And I went there personally to look at the state of the bus, take some pictures and videos about it. And I went there personally to check the state of the bus. And it is something, in fact, it's heartbreaking. Seriously. And this money and other stuff, this guy came for the money. The council gave him the money to do certain things, right? Now, he is a transport chairman, even though he's an engineering student, auto student, doesn't qualify him to know everything about cars, right? Now, the driver asked him, it's alleged that the driver asked, he went to town to take this, what's the name?
An invoice?
An invoice,
Okay.
right? They went to town to take an invoice from this Angloga people. That is the magazine. They gave the invoice and everything. Now, when the money was given to them, he sidelined the driver and he went there. And they were giving the money per what they wrote and per the invoice.
Okay.
Now, they didn't do what the invoice requested them.
Now, noticing all this, the speaker not calling for General Assembly to take actions on the petitions you have said, what stops you from calling for the General Assembly? Because aside the speaker, the Constitution makes room for honorable members of the House to summon the House or summon anybody to the House. What stopped you from leading that particular action?
You know, in the absence of the speaker,
Yeah.
on a vital note, there I am supposed to assume the citizenship of the Speaker of the House.
Yeah.
Now, this is where I don't know if the Speaker, because the Speaker was appointed by the President, and I am sure he told the President about he briefed the President about this petition, and that delayed that General Assembly. Since then, we never had General Assembly again till today.
So you still could have called. My point is, the Constitution makes room that
let me tell
honorable
you
members
something.
can call for
Certainly.
meetings.
In
So
fact,
what stopped you?
currently I met with the clerk and Honorable Amodani.
Okay.
And we decided that, in fact, we ourselves, we've tried, during this pandemic, we've tried to call him several times without response, voice notes without response, write messages to him without response, but he comes to view our statuses and others. So we decided that if this is the issue, well, then after 23rd, which will be 24th,
Okay.
and it will fall on Monday,
Okay.
we will go and see the dean of students and put things before him, then carry on the activity. Because why? Looking at the pandemic, most of the institutions, in fact, all the institutions haven't done any election.
Okay.
Unless the private ones. The public ones, I know they've not done any election.
Okay.
But they have put in measures in place to foresee the coming, the coming academic year.
Okay.
I hope you understand. Whereby elections should be done in the next academic year. But nothing of ours. Because we need to meet as a house, then we decide if we are going to appoint interim committee to oversee the affair of the SRC as the SRC president's mandate and all any other executive over there expires until further notice, whereby the interim committee will organize and do everything. Then they become functions official in the system, whereby their duties and everything is done. I hope you understand.
Okay, so again, you submitted petitions to the speaker as at last semester, and you still want to wait until 23rd. Don't you think you are?
Now, you see, this is how the petition went.
Okay.
We submitted the petition to him. He said there was certain corrections in it,
Okay.
errors, and we have to go and rectify.
Was that true?
According to him. So I made Garba to do those things.
But do you think there were corrections to be made?
Well, you know, I was also busy doing something else,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
Yes. And you already know my schedules. Now,
Okay.
Garba as a student also has his own schedule.
Schedules, yeah.
Hope you understand?
Yeah.
And we can't be chasing him here and there. Sometimes you call him, he wouldn't respond. Hope you understand? So for that matter, he presented it. He said there was certain errors. He came to work on the errors and again later sent it back to him.
Okay.
Now the issue we're looking out for is that when setting was done, we were also nearing exams.
Okay.
Hope you understand?
Okay.
So one must learn, and you know, in exams week, we all have to prioritize certain things.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Yes. So this led to the delay, and he himself, I think, he had realized his office whereby his office is an independent office, even though he was appointed by the president, I don't think we will be where we are today.
Some students say that despite all the challenges, the president has still done his best.
Hey, maybe those students are not from KTU.
They are from KTU.
No, they are not from KTU. I'm telling you. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. He himself know he has failed. His vice president know he has failed.
Did his vice president tell you that?
Oh, you see, you don't need words. You don't need words. After here, you can just interview.
But we need proofs. So you are telling me that the vice president knows.
He has failed, and his failing is factual.
Did the vice president tell you that his
He
boss
didn't
has
tell
failed?
me personally, but looking at the circumstance, you see, there is no one who will say that the president has performed.
Students are
If
saying
you
he
tell
has
me he has
performed.
performed, on what?
Students are saying he has performed. Students say that he has fought for conditional students. Students say that he has assisted freshers. And then as far as his public relations is concerned, he has put in...
Excuse me to say, these students, some of these students, I don't think you've listened to all the students. This number of students, 1, 2, 3, that they are saying the president has done this and is doing well, are totally naive. I'm telling you.
Just as some of them are saying that the president has not performed, we have others saying that he has performed.
Oh, no.
Just because you don't side with those who are saying that he has performed makes them naive?
No, you see, it's obvious. What has the president done? See, there is nothing like social intervention. There is nothing like infrastructure that you can lay your hands off. Okay, point it to it. This guy, this project, this was done by Safo's administration.
Okay, so one last thing on the achievements. I still stand on the side that the president has done his best, considering the fact that under his watch and then under the supervision of the health and welfare officer, there has been dispensers that are being fixed around various washrooms. Under the supervision of the PRO, we've seen communication being quite effective, and then now we are observing that he's laying foundations to construct a summer hut. Don't you think these things contribute to the performance of the president? Don't you think he's done his best?
No. You see, let's be frank to each other. You see, the dispensers you're talking about is not done by him.
By who?
No. It's done without. That's without, right? I'm part of the members of the General Assembly, and we didn't budget for something like this.
Okay.
Yes, as I said earlier, these are force majeure. Have you understand? So we didn't budget for things like this. So what he's doing currently is done without, not within SRC.
Okay.
Yes, these are not within his powers.
So you still don't agree with the students who are saying that he has performed?
No. We students are saying he has performed. You see, the issue is that if you die at the marketplace, there is no need to announce your funeral.
If you die at the marketplace, there is no need to announce your funeral. This has been an interactive session with the Deputy Speaker of the SRC General Assembly, Koforidua Technical University, Issah Mohammed Adnan, otherwise Chairman Issah Money. It's been a nice interactive session with you. Thank you so much for having time for us. Thank you, lovely viewers, for listening and then watching to this lovely interview. It's been a nice time with me, Emmanuel Kwame Apia, Jake the MC. Till we meet again, it's a bye-bye for now. Then don't forget to keep safe.